Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
I'm here for Peter.
Once again, no Peter, just a lot of meathead. Welcome back.
Sentient tongue, Phil. Sentient tongue.
That's true. Welcome back to the Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that deadly killer herself. It is.
We are Lilith Hellfire, of course.
Oh, nice. All right, kids. And this time, we're going to cover the first Venom separation anxiety from 1995. Symbiotes, smarmy reporters,
just another day in the Venom neighborhood,
and a mulleted meathead in the middle.
Business up front, party in the back. Gotta love it.
It's again 1995. No one was safe from the mullet.
Thank God I was so young. Everybody in my grade had a bowl cut.
I was going to say, in comics, at least, everyone either had a ponytail or a mullet.
Oh, yeah.
Or in Superman's case, both.
They had to piss off everybody.
I can't believe they gave Clark Kent a ponytail.
He knows what he's a young, hip kid. See, I'm surprised they didn't give him an earring.
Hello, fellow children. Oh, I'm sure.
Hello, fellow youth.
Rather than made of kryptonite, but yeah, I'm sure.
No, he would have just, like how he shaves his beard, he would have just lasered a hole in his ear.
Oh, heat vision. Oh, man. All right, so shall we get to...
Burn!
That works on more than one level. Good job. Burn. All right, shall we get the Venom separation anxiety?
Yep, so little time.
All right, kids. So, yes... as we did on We Are the Night, episode 203, Lilith and I will do the classic review, and then I will be back to do the review of the new issues, because Lilith will be fighting a hurricane, so...
The hurricane might win. Don't warn me. It's fine.
Pray for that hurricane, kid. All right. So, I do actually have covers at this time. That's actually good. I got the covers. All right. Because again, pure 90s goodness here. All right. Venom.
That's why you should watch the YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. All right, kids. So Venom separation anxiety number. Whoa, what happened? What did I do?
Where'd it go?
Heck.
It looks like a symbiote Eiffel Tower party.
Hey-oh! Gonna say unless StreamYard is having issues. All right, so
wouldn't surprise me.
True. Venom separation anxiety number 1 from December 1994. Apart. Just like Lil's favorite relationships. Apart.
Long distance.
Writer Howard Mackey, penciler Ron Randall, inker Sam De La Rosa, colorist Tom Smith, letterer Ken Lopez, and editor Danny Fingeroth.
Don't get fingered.
Oh my. Following his defeat at the hands of the greatest hero ever, the Scarlet Spider. You know what? I did actually cover that story with Ray. And again, that was when Ben Riley used the impact webbing for the first time to separate Eddie from the symbiote, which gave us the classic drop.
Couple of bowls down the gob.
History, deep cuts, love it.
So if for no other reason, that's why you should love that story, kids. It gave us that drop.
Couple of bowls down the gob.
Eddie Brock has been separated from his other and taken prisoner. As he's being brought to a secret containment facility in New Mexico, he is surrounded by armed guards who are very afraid of him, even though he is heavily restrained. Meanwhile, Eddie's symbiote is being contained at a secret government facility hidden within the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York. There, the creature's weaknesses are being examined by Dr. Zwirling, who has been tasked with learning the alien secrets.
We couldn't get a better name for the doctor.
I know. He is surprised when the symbiote's form takes on the appearance of Eddie Brock's face and realizes that the creature is trying to communicate with them. A few days later, oh God, that's right.
Ken Ellis, like anybody, I would take almost anybody else.
That's right, 1994, 1995. Oh God, yeah. A few days later, Daily Bugle, and Synopsis doesn't do this, but I'm going to throw it in quotes. Reporter Ken Ellis.
It's a generous term for that scumbag.
I mean, Ken Ellis was so bad. I mean, he made Jameson seem reasonable.
Exactly.
I swear,
how bad you gotta be.
I swear there was at least one story where Jameson had to tell him to like pull back. And that's pretty bad when JJJ got to tell you to pull back. Ken Ellis has managed to infiltrate the facility where Eddie Brock is being contained with fake credentials in the hopes of getting an exclusive interview with Brock. Yeah, the problem with the fake credentials, he used his real name. And he's like, oh, it's like Dr. Ellis. I'm like, okay.
That's how you get caught, kids.
That's right. Never put your real name on the fake ID, right, love?
Exactly. Not that you kids should need anything for a fake ID for anything.
Exactly.
Stay out of trouble. Keep your nose clean. Don't be like Lilith.
Entering the lab where Eddie is being contained, Ellis realizes that this is going to be more difficult than he planned, as the man once known as Venom is being heavily examined by a team of scientists.
You know, why can't we wipe the world's memory that he was Venom? Give him some privacy and some peace so he doesn't have to sleep in the sewer. Can he make a deal with somebody? Anybody?
What if that was the end of Venom War, if everyone forgot who he was?
I mean, I'm tired of everybody knowing who he is. It's kind of annoying. Don't you think? Is it just
that'd be interesting. Yeah.
What would he do with that anonymity, you know?
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. As he is being examined, Eddie's mind drifts back to the past. He thinks about how his career as floating heads of guilt, how his career as a reporter was ruined, how everything changed when he bonded with his other and devoted their lives to destroying the man they held responsible for ruining both of their lives, Spider-Man.
Only like once or twice a year, though.
Yeah. It was an event, kids. Brock's pain can be felt miles away in New York by the symbiote, which becomes determined to break free. By this point, Ken Ellis's cover is blown and he is about to be arrested.
Good.
When suddenly, Eddie Brock begins trying to break out of his cell. Meanwhile, outside of the facility, two guards are confronted by an attractive woman in a provocative outfit.
Who could it be?
At first, looking at this art, I was like, Mary Jane? They order her to freeze, but suddenly her outfit comes to life and kills them. This woman is not the only symbiote. This is not the only symbiote bonded individual attacking the facility, but is part of a group of 5 hosts.
Shout out to Damage Report.
What? But yes, kids, these are the 5 symbiotes we saw in the first Lethal Protector series, which we did cover a few episodes back. So scroll down.
Nobody tell DG Chichester about Carnage USA.
Oh my God, we need to do a Carnage episode just so we could get a Chichester drop and just have him be like, yeah, we're about to listen to some crappy Carnage episode. Yeah.
Like we're manifesting you to write a Carnage miniseries. Were you talking about DG Chichester?
I mean, give him another Daredevil. Maybe have him fight Carnage. You can see. I'm like, you could have Matt punch him in the face a bunch of times.
Exactly.
They sneak in the lab where Eddie Brock is being contained. By this point, Brock begins to reconsider his escape. Without the influence of his other, he realizes that he is a killer and deserves to be incarcerated.
No, meathead. Don't you go doing the thinking.
That's when the other symbiotes arrive and begin slaughtering the guards. In the confusion, Ken Ellis runs for cover and observes from relative safety. I know. I couldn't remember if like Ken Ellis had just like disappeared from the comics, or I was like, oh, does he actually get killed? I was like, oh yeah. Remembering these as the symbiotes that were created by the Life Foundation, Brock decides he has to get loose and stop them. With the guards subdued, the symbiote female stops the others from killing them, reminding them that they have come for Eddie Brock. By this point, Brock has managed to break free from his containment unit. Even though he is stark naked, Eddie Brock is unafraid to face the symbiotes. He's standing up against them. Despite his best...
Shouldn't you like Ken Ellis, though? Isn't he the one that gave Ben Reilly the Scarlet Spider name?
Yeah, but Ben Reilly didn't even want that
that's the only good thing he did.
Ben Reilly didn't even want that name. I think I even read somewhere it's like the creators were like, oh yeah, we'll just call him Scarlet Spider for now until we come up with a better name. And they never came up with a better name.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Again, it's like, the color and it's like Black Panther, Scarlet Spider. It's like, unless you're a blind guy, you know what color it is.
Even blind guys can feel the colors, Phil. Some of them.
Certain. Yeah. Despite his best efforts, Eddie is overpowered and taken prisoner.
He likes it.
It's like that Mel Gibson in that South Park. No, torture me as he strapped himself into the thing.
Exactly.
As the symbiotes prepare to leave with their prisoner, Ken Ellis comes out of hiding. He tries to convince them that he is Eddie's doctor and they'll need him. However, the symbiotes know exactly who he is, but take the reporter anyway, as Ellis might prove useful to them. He's never been useful to anyone. All right, so yes, kids. Yes, it was Spider-Man issue 53 where Ben Reilly smacked Venom around. And then, of course, the whole Sin Eater thing.
He slapped the symbiote and he liked it.
Oh my! Eddie liked it.
Exactly.
I feel your pain. All right, any thoughts on this?
I mean, naked meathead. What more do you want?
Oh my! This Lilith's idea of a good Saturday night.
Listen, Howard Mackey knows what the ladies like and the fellas, whatever.
Although present day Lilith would be like, no, you gotta cut you gotta cut that mullet off before you come in my house.
Mullets are actually kind of making a comeback thanks to who is it, Travis Kelce? So I don't know.
Oh, really?
I think mullets work if you have curly hair, not or curly or wavy hair, not necessarily straight hair. I don't think mullets look good on people with straight hair, but
yeah, Dom Mysterio, come on.
Just calling everybody out today. I don't feel
cutting a promo. Yeah, come on. All right, ready for the second one?
Wait, what miniseries came before this one?
Which one was before this?
Is it Knights of Vengeance? Is it that one?
Yes. It's saying Knights of Vengeance was the last one.
I guess we didn't do that because it didn't get a sequel.
Even I can't keep track. Oh, it has vengeance. It actually has vengeance in it. Oh, we got to do this one day.
Oh yeah, I'm always down to do Venom.
Yeah, and
maybe not always Carnage, but I'm almost always down to do Venom. Hell,
Venom versus Vengeance. Yes, we have to do this one day. Yes,
I thought so. I just was making sure that I had my order of events right. The comic book cover though, it could have used a little work.
Oh, issue 1, yeah.
No, issue 2.
Oh, issue 2. Okay, yeah. Yeah, some of these weren't there.
Like, what in the Halloween covers going on here?
No, my. Boo! Well, it's the empty symbiote, but yeah, I get your point. Yeah. I'm the ghost. I'm the ghost of events.
Meathead past.
I'm the ghost of big crossovers past.
Cash grab.
The ultimate cash. I mean, they've been grabbing cash off this symbiote since 1984. So
old enough to drink, old enough to be a parent, dang, they're old enough to be a grandparent.
40 years of this symbiote. All right. So Venom Separation Anxiety number 2 from January 1995. Lost Souls. Same team.
The same people aren't the symbiotes anymore, though, right?
No, they are, because they even say in the story like
Agony. No, I mean no, like in the future, like right now, present day.
The present, yeah, I don't.
Right, we have different ones, right?
Yeah, except for this one female, I can't remember, but yeah, the rest of them, yeah, because they got off, but yeah. Again, who cares? They're just symbiotes.
Hey. Well, they're symbiotes that aren't Venom or Carnage or even Toxin. So
that's true. All right. Separated from its host, the Venom symbiote has been imprisoned within a secret government lab in the Adirondack Mountains. Surrounded by security and being experimented on by Dr. Edmund Zwirling, the creature has decided that it must get free and begins trying to break out of its cylinder it has been contained in. It's like, yeah, I broke it out. I broke it out of a Reed Richards container. This ain't nothing to me.
Exactly.
Its blows have caused the glass to crack, giving it a glimmer of hope of getting outside. Meanwhile, Eddie Brock wakes up after being captured from the New Mexico facility that he was being held. When he sees the 5 symbiotes standing before him, he remembers that they captured him and tries to attack their leader. Revealing her true face, the woman named Donna explains that they don't intend to harm him. In fact, she and her fellow symbiotes have freed him to get his help. She explains that they were all selected by the Life Foundation to be hosts for the symbiotes due to their values. After Spider-Man and Venom seemingly destroyed their symbiotes, Carlton Drake and his foundation found a way to
hate the Drake.
To find the found a way to revive the aliens and rebond them with their hosts. Oh, I had it on in the other room right before we started. Guess what episode was on? Serenity Now.
Oh no, Serenity Now, Insanity later.
No, Dad, say that's not. What should I say? Well, Hoochie Mama. Hoochie Mama. After Carlton Drake found a way to revive the aliens and rebond them with their hosts. However, when they learned that the Life Foundation was engaged in activities that went against their values, the 5 symbiotes left the organization. What values? Making money?
I mean, honestly, scientists shouldn't have to rely on public fund. They should only have to rely on government funding. The government should be down to be bettering. Honestly, if Batman has taught us nothing, just fund the undergrad, just fund the thesis statements, please. Fund the research, and you won't have villains.
And again, this is the 90s. Those symbiotes died and they resurrected. Did Jurassic Park teach you nothing?
They were too busy concerning with what they could do. They didn't stop to think if they should do it. Phil.
Oh God, there's a new symbiote amusement park. Oh Lord.
Oh no, nobody wants that film. No. Not even me.
Now they are struggling to control the homicidal tendencies of the symbiotes and want Brock's help to learn control.
I'm like, babes, do you not know Venom is actually a little crazy? Like, I don't think this is a guy you should be asking.
I was gonna say, you want Meathead to help you teach you control?
Because I see what you gotta do is you gotta lift a lot of weights. Gotta pump that iron.
What you gotta do is you gotta do 5 reps. You gotta do at least 10 reps every 5 minutes.
In front of a mirror, preferably.
Eat a lot of protein. Brains are a good source of protein.
I guess they can eat cordyceps now.
What?
Cordyceps protein powder was kind of. They could kind of do that if they had to. If they really wanted to go there.
Where are we at? After hearing all this, Eddie is sympathetic but refuses to help and tries to flee. However, one of the other symbiotes named Carl manages to catch Carl and threatens to harm Eddie if he continues to resist them.
Babes.
Don't
threaten Eddie. What are you doing?
I know. Donna pulls Carl back, telling him to keep things under control. Seeing this, Eddie mocks the symbiotes for their alleged values. Back at the Adirondack facility, security enters the lab and discovers that the Venom symbiote has escaped containment. They find Dr. Zwirling alive, but with an erratic heartbeat. They evacuate him by aircraft. When Zwirling comes to and tries to warn them that the symbiote has bonded itself to him, but it suddenly reveals itself and attacks the doctors, intending to get itself back to its former host. While back at the symbiote's hideout, Eddie continues to goad Carl into trying to kill him. However, the other symbiotes pull Carl off of Eddie and try to get him under control. With effort, Carl forces his symbiote to subside and assume the form of normal clothing. When the other symbiotes congratulate him for maintaining control, Eddie points out that while Carl was able to control his symbiote today, he questions if he will be able to do it again. Donna is furious that Eddie would mock them and slashes the metal tank that he is resting against. Realizing that she is losing control of her symbiote, she walks away, telling her allies to put Eddie with their other prisoner. Brock is tossed into a room with their other prisoner. Thinking it might be another symbiote, Eddie attacks this other person until he realizes that it is Daily Bugle reporter Ken Ellis, who meekly asks Eddie if he can get an interview.
What a
Well-
loser.
So locked in a room with Ken Ellis. So I think I'd rather have you kill me.
Yeah, go ahead and break out the Chinese torture. Pull my fingernails out.
Oh my. Cut my fingers off, whatever.
Just get me out of here.
Exactly. Outside, Dawn and the others wonder what they should do next. Without the cooperation of Eddie Brock, she fears that they will lose control of their symbiotes. Not sure what to do next. Donna and the others go to sleep for the night, leaving Carl and Leslie alone to comfort each other.
It's a canoodle.
Spoon. Meanwhile, Ken to mix those colors. Meanwhile, Ken Ellis bombards Eddie with a number of questions about his career as Venom. This gets on Brock's nerves, and he eventually shouts at the reporter, telling him to shut up. Thank you. He tells him to shut up. Eddie can feel that his other is coming and is looking forward to their reunion.
He says, they have an app for that.
Oh my. Not far away, armed soldiers find the crashed medical craft, finding no sign of the symbiote or any survivors. As they begin the search for the symbiote, the creature has hitched the ride on the back of a passing semi-truck in order to get closer to its host.
I would walk 500 miles. It is the 90s, my friend.
That's true. That's true.
See him with a Walkman just bobbing his little with his thumb out like the Hulk.
I'm too sexy for this symbiote.
Oh no. Not right, Fred said. No.
All right. Thoughts on this?
I'll rank them at the end.
Yeah.
But it's pretty solid. Like we just jumped into it, and it has just been kind of a breakneck pace that I appreciate. Like, we don't have to get too deep with Venom. Like, it's just violence and fun. And like the people Venom is very underrated. I feel like people just sometimes it's okay to be superficial.
Yeah. Again, especially
everything doesn't have to be grim, dark, and a serious contemplation on modern crime or whatever the hell people say they want in a comic book.
And again, it's 1995.
I had deep comics in 1995.
Fun and violent. Again, a Saturday night at Lilith's house.
Exactly. Consensual.
Of course. Consensual violence, kids. All right. Should role plays. Call me Selena. All right. Venom, separation anxiety number 3. Let's get the cover up. Ew.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. Is it though?
Well, for normal people, though.
Oh, okay. I'm not normal.
Not in that way. Venom, separation anxiety number 3, February 1995. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Same team. On the south side of Chicago, a trucker is ambushed by some thieves who are attempting to steal his truck. However, he is saved by the Venom symbiote as it had been hitching a ride in an attempt to get back to its host after they had been separated. The symbiote bonds to the truck driver and slays the thieves before leaving the frightened truck driver behind.
Now he's going to prison.
I know. Meanwhile, in the abandoned factory where the 5 Life Foundation created symbiotes are holding Eddie Brock, one of the symbiotes, Leslie, wonders how her life, because again, they still haven't named these symbiotes.
Yeah.
Wonders how her life could have gone so wrong that she ended up bonded to an alien creature and hanging out in an abandoned
what? I'm convinced why they created these particular 5. I'm like, they wanted them to be the Power Rangers so bad, bro.
Oh.
Like, look at the colors. I'm just saying. It's 5 of them, the color coded.
Yeah, true. I was going to say they at least wanted to do the female one because, how can we make Venom and Carnage better? Add boobs.
I mean, something for the fellas. The ladies already have Venom and Carnage.
I was going to say, we got Meathead.
It's called hentai, but it's an art form. No judgment.
I mean, we got Big Dumb Meathead. Yeah, come on.
I don't think those are tentacles.
Superior tentacle.
Oh my! As she looks at her face in the mirror, Leslie doesn't notice someone with a knife sneaking up behind her. As she
What
is
are you blind?
as she is too busy looking at herself in the mirror. As she is fatally stabbed in the back, her last word is the name of Eddie Brock. Later, the symbiote known as Carl bursts into the room where they have Eddie Brock contained in order to force him to help them learn how to control their symbiotes. However, Eddie and Daily Bugle reporter Ken Ellis have escaped in the middle of the night. As the two men flee, Ken Ellis can barely keep up with Eddie Brock, even though Eddie is no longer bonded to his own symbiote.
What do you think he's working out for constantly?
Exactly. When a gang of armed men try to stop them, Eddie fearlessly lunges into them. Despite this, one of the gang members manages to shoot Eddie in the arm. Before the gunman can kill Brock, Ken hits him over the head with a trash can, allowing them to escape.
Where he belongs.
Oh!
Like he's hitting him with his home like he's Oscar the Grouch. Okay.
You beat me to it. At that moment, the symbiotes find Leslie's body. They assume that Eddie Brock had killed her and begin plotting revenge. While at that moment, the soldiers searching for the symbiote question the truck driver it briefly possessed. He tells them that the whole time it controlled his body, it said the name Eddie over and over. When they continue their search, they just hate that when they scream the name of their ex.
Can't relate.
Oh my! Lil's like, when I hear him scream, they're begging God for mercy.
Exactly.
They know I have none.
Swear to me.
Yeah. When they continue their search, they are unaware that the symbiote had hitched the ride aboard one of their crafts. While elsewhere in the city, Eddie breaks into a warehouse so the pair of them can get the cover. Despite his insistence that they keep going, the loss of blood from his gunshot wound causes him to pass out. Not far away, the other symbiotes have found the gang members that Eddie beat up earlier. They press onward, with Carl more determined than ever to kill Eddie Brock. As Ken finishes patching up Eddie's wounds, the symbiotes arrive in the warehouse. Their leader, Donna, tells them to search for Brock, but orders them to keep him alive. Carl's determined to hunt down Eddie and make him pay for killing Leslie. When he searches through the darkened warehouse, someone ambushes him from behind with a glowing knife. When Carl finds Eddie Brock, he collapses into Brock's arms with a knife sticking out of his back. That's when the rest of the symbiotes find Eddie holding the body of Carl in his arms. Thinking that Eddie is responsible for killing Carl, Donna orders the rest of the symbiotes to kill him.
I just died in your arms tonight.
Whoa!
Must have been something you said.
Should have walked away.
Exactly.
All right. So thoughts, because again, it's just the same notes here. Scarlet Spider,
Blah 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 blah.
Carnage USA. Yeah.
Right. Now this is a cover.
Oh yeah, the last one. Yeah. So this is gonna be our episode artwork. I think. Yeah, this is the best cover I think out of the four.
They're back, baby.
The happy couple reunited. So yeah, this whole miniseries,
Evolution of Eddie and the symbiote and their relationship. I really do.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this miniseries is a little different because again, the two of them aren't like bonded until this last issue.
Yeah, but like I think that they kind of made Eddie competent on his own without the symbiote. That was kind of a surprise for me when I first read this.
I mean, again, I think people gain IQ points and everything once you want them to be there. They get popular enough to get their own book and stuff. It's like, oh no, they're capable all of a sudden.
I think it's a I mean, he was a reporter. He did have a good head on his shoulders at one point in time. It's just he was consumed with revenge.
Mm-hmm.
The symbiote gave him something to preoccupy his time. Like I said, he only tries to attack Spider-Man once or twice a year. So, they're off doing their own fun adventures at any other time after that.
Yeah, and it's more than revenge, too, because, I mean, I think he was, a mental break or what, because, just the whole Sin Eater thing, he lost his career. Yeah. I mean, we read about his father and stuff, so.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a retcon on the dad stuff, but I don't mind it.
Yeah. And he lost Dan, because that I think drove him over the edge.
Oh, definitely. That F in the chat for him, guys, on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right. Venom Separation Anxiety number 4 from March 1995. Reunion.
A deadly one.
I was going to say, you know who's getting reunited, kids.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Drape yourself all over my body.
Oh no.
So this is the musical. This is the musical episode, kids. Hey, this is the musical you deserve, not Joker 2. Hell, if we monetize this crown and make more money than Joker 2.
Nice.
Not that hard. The bar is in hell. All right. Thinking that Eddie Brock killed one of their friends, the 3 remaining symbiotes have decided to kill him. Have we tried killing him yet? Pulling the murder weapon out of the back of Carl, Eddie uses it to defend himself as he tries to explain he was not responsible for the death of their friends. However, Donna manages to wrap tendrils around Eddie's throat and begin choking the life out of him. Lilith?
It wasn't consensual. Although he did make it consensual towards the end, it wasn't at the start. So no, not me.
I don't think those are tentacles.
Deciding this is what he deserves, Eddie Brock doesn't fight back and begins to black out. Oh, he's in on the autoerotic asphyxiation, eh?
Well, at least he's not in a scuba suit, you know. If you get that reference, you're my people.
Or hanging in a closet like David Carradine.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke.
I got that reference. However, Donna stops herself, not wanting to cross the line as she wants to control her symbiote. When Eddie tries to explain that he didn't kill either Leslie or Carl, Ramon kicks him in the face with enough force that he blacks out.
I'm like, Cisco, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding.
Oh my. While the symbiotes have been busy with Eddie, Daily Bugle reporter Ken Ellis has managed to escape the warehouse. Afraid for his life, Ken makes a run for it. However, he is suddenly surrounded by flying ships and ordered to surrender.
I mean, flying, like cop cars are one thing, but flying ships, whenever they get to that, we are done. We are cooked, chat.
It's S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, that's S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know. Did they ever say who these guys are?
We assume it's S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't think so.
I know the uniforms. I don't think they look familiar. I mean, they're not guardsmen from
Just
the vault.
Just another random Marvel freaking Gestapo state.
Oh my
organization, you know.
Mm-hmm. These are the soldiers who have been hunting for the Venom symbiote since it escaped captivity. As they question him, none are aware that the Venom symbiote hitched a ride aboard one of their ships. It oozes out of the landing gear and heads for the warehouse, sensing its host nearby. Back inside, the symbiotes have tied up Eddie's arms and legs and wake him up with a bucket of water.
We hope that's a bucket of water.
Oh! Trevor asks Donna if she wants to wait outside while he and Ramon interrogate Eddie Brock. However, Donna insists that she wants to watch. Oh my. Ramon reveals his real...
That kind of gal.
Exactly. Ramon reveals his real face and once more tries to explain to Eddie that they want his help learning how to control their symbiotes who are slowly making them homicidal. As he makes his final appeal to Brock, Donna's eyes look over at the dagger on the ground and send slowly lowers a symbiotic tendril down to grab it. Outside, the soldiers surround the warehouse and prepare to attack, unaware that the Venom symbiote is waiting in the shadows for its own moment to act. Back inside, Ramon manages to get through to Eddie, who agrees to help them. However, before he can cut Brock down, Donna lunges at them with the knife. She reveals that she was the one killing her friends, having realized that they are no longer in control and they all must be destroyed.
Yikes.
She then fatally stabs both Trevor and Ramon. Before she can kill Eddie, his symbiote comes crashing in through the skylight. Turning into Venom once again, Eddie breaks free and easily overpowers Donna. That's when the soldiers come crashing in to take them all into custody. Realizing that he is outnumbered and unable to do anything else, Venom uses his camouflage abilities to escape. With Brock gone, the soldiers take Donna into custody and recover the dead bodies of the other symbiotes. The soldier in charge tells Ken Ellis that for national security reasons, he won't be able to report this story. Ellis isn't upset by this, as this wasn't the story he wanted to get anyway, and vows that he will get his one-on-one interview with Venom one of these days. He was doing the same thing with Ben. He wanted an interview with the Scarlet Spider.
He's a clout chaser.
Mm-hmm. While on a nearby rooftop, Eddie orders the symbiote off of him. He explains that he needs the symbiote to stay away from him for a while. After his experience with the other symbiotes, he needs to determine how much his own symbiote has been influencing his thoughts since they were bonded. He suddenly realizes that he is afraid of what the answers to his questions might be.
I mean, that brain of yours is mush, bud, so it's pretty easy to manipulate.
So, thoughts?
I thought this was pretty solid. I will give I think issue 2 is my favorite story. So I think it'll go 2, 1, 4, and 3. 3 is just kind of the penultimate issue, gluing it all together. It's good, but it is what it is. It's a penultimate issue, getting us to where we got to be at the end.
Hey,
I don't really like the twist that it was Donna killing the other symbiotes either.
Yeah, she was the one like trying to talk everyone down, and it's like, oh no, it was me.
Like, yeah, that's unfortunate.
If she was that homicidal, would she have been able to like hold herself back that whole time?
Yeah, I think they wanted it to be somebody else, but then they were like, whatever.
They wanted a shock ending, and it's like, it was the one who seemed the most reasonable.
Well, honestly, 9 times out of 10, that's usually how it goes.
Oh my!
In a whodunit anyway,
Yes,
which is what this basically is.
Yes, thank you, seemingly reasonable Lilith Hellfire. So, what would you grade this?
Oh, solid B+.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah,
tons of fun. I could have used a little more gore and violence for Venom, but I like the spotlight on Eddie being separated and actually being competent, so that kind of makes up for it.
Yeah, I think at this point they'd pared the miniseries down to 4, like most of them. But I was like, man, I mean, this almost could have used a 5th or 6th issue.
Yeah, I could have gone for 6 on this one, to be perfectly honest. I feel like I would have liked to flesh out the other symbiotes a little bit more.
Yes.
But we do get that eventually in what is it, Carnage USA?
Yep. Yeah, they'll be back eventually, kids. So.
What about you? What would you give this?
I think I got to go with your B+. Yeah, no, it's fun. It's a good 90s, solid 90s story, which again, you always think like Venom, especially in this era, is like a cash grab. But I mean, it's
like at this point though, the mini series, it was just like, I think that they were too afraid to go ahead and pull the trigger on a full series at the time, because he's like the like the end of the fourth quarter, like back of your pocket kind of, oh, we need to get some money kind of character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that they were afraid to do an ongoing at that point, because they probably did need that just in case they needed to boost sales for the end of the year. You know what I mean? That's what I very much felt like. But I thought almost all of the mini-series, with a few exceptions, are pretty solid, pretty fun. And they each grow and build upon each other, which a lot of mini-series don't do that anymore.
Yes.
So even though there's all these different people, I feel like they did have respect for the things that came before it, and they built off of it. And I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, because again, we had the David Michelini for a while. Again, this one was Howard Mackie, and again,
and then they always bring back Sammy. Like, I think he insists. I'm pretty sure he insists. If it's Venom, he back in the day he had to do it.
Yeah, Larry Hama is gonna do. I guess does the one after this again. So yeah, I mean,
but also they were all kind of like more friendly, and like the bullpen was more open.
Oh yeah.
In the office.
Yeah,
so it's a lot more camaraderie, more collaboration, easier to collaborate, like person to person.
Yeah, it's always so different now, because again, nothing against the current people, but yeah, everyone was like in the same building, and people.
Yeah, like I said, they don't really have a chance to like collaborate and get together in person anymore.
No, because some of these people are in different countries. It's like,
and that's great for perspective and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It just feels like the comic book, like not only the community, but like the industry's kind of falling apart because it's so corporate now.
Yeah,
there's just so many things we can't, like, we'd never get another DC versus Marvel again. Not even a video game, unfortunately, even though they did Capcom and Street Fighter. It's not my business, whatever. But like, it's just like, I just miss the days where they could just do a handshake and say, yeah, let's do it. Sounds cool.
Yeah, exactly. Again, too much Warner's and Disney.
Yeah. So since we have DC Studios now. Ugh. Anyway.
Yes. All right. Any other thoughts on Venom separation anxiety?
Nope. I'll let you get to your thoughts on this week's Spider Books.
All right, kids. So yes, stay tuned. I'm about to do the new reviews for the Spider Books this week. And remember, we're only one more episode next time, and then it's the Zeb Wells farewell party. So watch it live. Just join us.
Yeah, join us. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I still got to put the invite up. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you better start now.
gotta get some clicks and views. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that tonight. So, all right, kids. So yes, thank you, Lilith Hellfire. We'll see you next time. And again,
Maybe.
kids, please,
If Milton doesn't wipe me off the face of the earth,
that hurricane is no match for you. All right, kids. So yes, stay tuned. Here's your new issue reviews. Hello, everyone. It's me, Phil, again. Told you I'd be back. And like I said, it's just me. Lilith is, well, right now she's battening down the hatches. It's 24 hours, well, a little over 24 hours since her and I last chatted. So, yes, it is Wednesday night. So, if the storm hasn't hit down in Florida, it is any moment about to hit. So, yes, Lilith is battening down the hatches, and pretty soon she's probably going to have no internet, probably no electricity. So hopefully Lilith and everyone down in Florida can ride this storm out, hopefully safely, hopefully with no loss of life. For any promised you that even if I do it myself, which is what I'm going to do, the reviews of this week's Spider books. So, all right, let's get first. We'll do. All right. 4 issues, 2 pertaining to Venom War. So let's get back to our ongoing live coverage of the Venom War event. All right, all right, the one that's a little like off to the side of Venom War, but still part of Venom War. Venom War Wolverine number 2. Is it a Spider book? Is it an X book? That's right. So yes, we saw after being attacked and taken over by a symbiote last time, Logan made his way to Maine, where of course he has history with people because he has history with people everywhere on the planet Earth. So we get another flashback to this guy, Keen, who I guess he had some he had some bad history with, because of course Wolverine has bad history with a lot of people. But yes, then the present, he's with the ex-wife and the son, and we see, yes, this Keen has, Wolverine took his one hand, took the fingers off the other hand, cut off one of his ears. But now somehow he can control these venom, these symbiote zombies. So he sends them, though I don't know if it's just the whole town or just his ex-wife. So yeah, so again, we get the scene of the zombies showing up. Wolverine's cutting them up. We see him call for help on his X belt buckle. And again, not only are we battling zombies here, but basically Keen's son has to make a choice between his father and everyone else. And of course, thanks to the flashbacks, we see how mean the father was. So of course, his son does not choose his father. So now Keen's going to send the symbiotes to kill all of them until, yes, the call went out to the X-Men. We see, I guess, Nightcrawler teleports in with Jubilee, Gambit, and Rogue. And then this Keen, Logan, says, I guess I should have took more from you last time. I guess I left you too many damn body parts, as he cuts the guy's head off. Let me see, symbiote goo kind of going for his body. The X-Men help clean up. I guess they take the Venom zombies or whatever to the vault, I think Kurt says. Yes, he said to the vault. Yeah. I love the vault. I thought we didn't have the vault anymore. I thought we had the raft like in New York. But yes, the vault in the middle of nowhere, Colorado. And no, kids, I'm not making any bad comments about Colorado. I'm just saying, no, I think it's the vault. If it's still in the same place, it's in like the wilderness of like the woods. Yeah, it's not anywhere in a population center. So yeah, everything. Yeah, the way they wrapped this up, I was like, oh, is this like is this thing only a 2-issue thing? But now we get on we're getting I think one more issue, because we see the son has his father's head, which it's kind of a zombie head now, because this one of the symbiotes kind of sought refuge in here. And from the looks of it, yes, it's oh, I see it, the chomp. Yeah, I think the father's head chomped down on the son's fingers or something. Because yes, it looks like he's going to become a new Venom symbiote zombie. So, and of course, the half the time was battling the symbiotes. Wolverine's blaming Venom for this. So yeah, hey, watch out, Eddie Brock. Next time, Wolverine may not be too happy with you. All right, and that was by our good friend Tim Seeley, who we've had on the show a few times. So yes, thank you, Tim Seeley, doing a good job. All right, and our other Venom War special is, get the cover here. It's Venom 38, which it's a good story. It's an is it an story? Hold on. Oh no, it's Torn Gronbeck. Yeah. That's another name on my list. Yes, Torn Gronbeck. We need to talk. Yes, because you're kind of sharing writing duties on Venom with Al Ewing, Catwoman 69, which Lilith and I will be discussing here on an upcoming We Are the Night. Or if you heard this, you may have already heard it, but yes, she wrote that one. So. All right, so yes, for anyone who doesn't remember, old man Dylan Brock has come back to the. I don't think he's even in the present. I think he's he's in the past, because when he came from the future to the past to kind of all T2 like this, stop his apocalyptic future from coming to pass. So at this point, him and Doctor Strange are in the flickering realms, they call it, to talk to Chiton. Dylan wants to ask him for help, and Doctor Strange keeps warning him. He's like, yeah, he's going to ask you for something that doesn't seem like it's that much value to you, but it's going to be more value to you than you think. So yeah, Chiton basically puts Dylan through these weird hallucinations where it's like, oh, who are you going to do? What are you going to do? Save some children or yourself? And then Chiton's like, I can open a portal. He's like, there's your father, in the past you traveled to. Why don't you could just kill him, and stop all this badness from coming to pass. And Dylan's like, he's like, I would. He's like, I would do it even though it would kill, I would never exist. So he's like, if I thought it helped it, I would do it. But he said, there's nothing I wouldn't give up. And that's when Chiton, I don't know. I guess it's some weird, I don't know if it's a weird illusion or hallucination, but yeah, we see Dylan save these two children over himself. But again, he lives. And Doctor Strange trying to sweet talk Chiton here, basically telling, because he's trying to get him to help save Earth. And Chiton's like, why do I care about your puny little planet? And Doctor Strange like, doesn't it bother you that humanity will end without your permission or influence? Chiton's like, yeah, nice try. So yeah, there's these two little girls, which Doctor Strange later says, yeah, they're pretty much part of Chiton too. But Chiton tells Eddie, I will help you, but yeah, there'll be a cost. And he's like, what do you want? And one of the little girls says, I will have your first love and all you know of your mother. And the other one says, I will have the music you know and your friendships. The first one says, I will have your taste. The other one says, I will have your dreams at night. And Chiton says, I will have your name, Dylan Brock. And Doctor Strange says, remember what I said? And but Dylan doesn't seem to hear or care. He's like, okay, if I give you all this, you won't fuse your magic into my weapon and send us both back to the Sanctum Sanctorum safe and sound. And Chiton says, I will. So Dylan accepts. Yeah, we see this all come to pass. Then they get back to the Sanctum, and Doctor Strange is asking Dylan, are you okay, Dylan? He says, who's Dylan? So, yes, he doesn't remember who he is. So Doctor Strange is just calling him old man. But Doctor Strange opens a portal to get him home, back to his future. And Dylan even says, oh, he's like, thank you. I don't quite remember your name, but thank you, wizard. And So then Doctor Strange thinks, oh, I suppose that makes me your friend, because again, he can't remember any of his friends. He has no memory of his friends. He gets back to his future. It looks like a blizzard, so I'm assuming this is like a nuclear winter, maybe, or. But yeah, him and the symbiote get to this tree, and they recognize it, and Dylan's like, "Are we going around in circles? I can't walk any further." But he has to get up because he has no other choice. And again, he's just calling himself Old Man and Venom. I can't remember his name. They see him and the symbiote see this little shack, I guess, with a light on. They go through, and there seems like there's this blonde woman in there. Basically gives them something to eat, and then all of a sudden the symbiote's like, "Who is there? Get out of our brain!" And it says, "Old man, do something." So Dylan suits up as Venom and says, "Stop it!" And basically gets in the face of this woman, throws her to the floor, and says, he's like, "What?" And he's like, and the figure says, "Don't be like that. I only wanted to take a peek," as the blonde woman is revealed to be Loki, of course. So yeah, this is kind of off the beaten track, just like the Wolverine one, but even more so in Venom War, because we're like time traveling. We're in the past, we're in the future. But yeah, so tangentially, kind of in a weird way, Loki has entered Venom War. So yeah, so you thought it was I don't know, weird that I don't know, Wolverine and Deadpool and Fantastic Four and all those were kind of out of place in Venom War. Now we got Loki in the future. So we will see what comes of that. All right, and then not a part of the Venom War, because again, it's an anthology book, but another book I look forward to every month. And again, I don't know if the next one is the last one already, which just makes me sad. But yeah, this week we got Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood #3, and yeah, the one's on the screen, it's a variant cover. I think that might be my favorite version of that cover. But yeah, the regular cover also excellent. We got 3 stories. We got Neighborhood Watch by Justina Ireland and Netho Diaz, where we see Peter going to visit his Aunt May, and he hears about the neighbor's daughter running away. But again, she had so much going on in her life, it's like, she wouldn't run away. But so yeah, he gets a tip by one of her coworkers to go check out this warehouse where she's being held because she, I guess, learned too much about the business of the boss, who turns out to be Tombstone. Remember Tombstone, kids? He's coming up in the next book I'm going to review too. So yeah, we get a cool fight scenes and even just like pages of Spider-Man in the Black Suit by Netho Diaz, which again, I think he did some Star Wars stuff or something, but I know him from Daredevil Black Armor by D.G. Chichester. Netho Diaz still doing the work. As incredible as his work was in Black Armor, I think I almost like his art here. But again, maybe it's just because I like the symbiote suit so much. But yeah, Netho Diaz really, really, bringing the art again between Black Suit Spider-Man and Venom and Tombstone. Yeah, really good. And then the second story is Whatever Happened to Master Blood by Al Ewing. Yes, that Al Ewing. So, and again, we know what kind of stories that Al likes to tell. So, yeah, Spider-Man's not in this story, but the symbiote is, because it takes place during during the first Secret Wars 40 years ago. We see the villains taking roll call basically when the Beyonder takes them to Battle World, and yes, among them is someone named Master Blood, who wears like a red and black suit, and but basically he's scheming because once Doom runs off to grab the Beyonder's powers, Master Blood's like, Doom's a fool. He's like, I can use it to my advantage. We see him going through the villain's fortress here, and he finds a similar machine to the one Spider-Man uses to call up the symbiote for the first time. But yeah, we see from his thoughts that And again, kids, all right, just hold on, because he's like, I fought alongside the Hulk and Submariner. I humbled the mighty Avengers and almost destroyed them. My bargain with Dominus would have won me the world had the original X-Men not intervened. And he said he was the seventh member of the Sinister Seven. So, yeah, I don't remember this guy. Stay tuned, kids. So yeah, we see him. Yeah, he calls up the symbiote, and yes, he in a similar scene to the one we saw when we saw Spider-Man originally get that suit. Master Blood gets this suit, but then in walks Kang. Yeah, it's good. This is going where you think it's going, kids. So Kang is just like, he's talking like he knows this suit and the symbiote and everything. And again, kids, remember Al Ewing's Venom run when Eddie Brock met Kang and all this. So yeah, this is going to tie into this because, yeah, Master Blood saying, this symbiote doesn't know you. And Kang's like, no, not yet. He's like, but I have met it after in the company of a friend of mine. Very soon it's going to be a man named Edward Brock, and eventually we're all going to have some very enjoyable conquests together. So Venom is vital to my story, and I'm afraid you're not. So, yeah, Master Blood's trying to attack Kang to no avail, and he's just like, you talk like Doom's your equal, but he's like, at least Doom has my respect. He says, do you know why? Because when I fight him, I can't do this. And he blasts Master Blood, and Master Blood looks like almost not quite getting dusted like in Infinity War, but he's like going up in smoke almost. And Kang's like, in a few moments you'll cease to exist, though I've never existed, and the only one who will remember you is me, and not for very long. So even Kang's gonna forget this guy. And Master Blood's like, you can't do this to me. And Kang's like, actually, out of everyone here, you're the only one I can do this to. The Great Master Blood made that small of an impact. He's like, even Pow Driver of the Wrecking Crew would not be this easy to erase from time. He's like, you, but at the very height of your relevance, because he's like, this guy never did anything himself. He's like, he always like teamed up with people and stuff. He's like, the very height of your relevance, you were as important to history as a wisp of smoke as Master Blood just disappears. He's like, that way the suit goes, the symbiote goes back in containment until Spider-Man comes to, discover it for the first time. So, wait, who are we talking about again? Just kidding. But yeah, no, you know what? That was a good story. So yes, very good job, Al Ewing. And I love how it kind of sort of ties into his Venom run. And again, you could do stuff like that because again, it's like Secret Wars was how long ago, but it's Kang the Time Traveler. So, and then the last story in this issue is Cornerstone by Leonardo Romero, who does the story and art. So, again, I enjoyed this one very much too. Basically, someone's stealing all the Fantastic Fours. They basically loaned like a bunch of their stuff to this exhibit, and it ends up Mysterio is stealing this stuff, and Spider-Man's like, no, I can't leave like Reed Richards level tech in the hands of Mysterio. So they battle, and of course, this is when Spider-Man's wearing the symbiote, so it drives him a little nuts. So after a while, like Mysterio puts Spider-Man in this like illusion, like in this trap where it looks like he's drowning in blood, and there's all the dead supposedly Spider-Man's responsible for. Like he sees Captain Stacy, and he's freaking out where he's like, no, I don't want to see, if he's here, I don't want to see Gwen. But even though he knows this thing's fake, but he busts out, and then between all that and just wearing the symbiote, yeah, he basically goes nuts on Mysterio, almost beats him to death, but he beats him, takes him to the hospital, and then the hospital's basically, people in the hospital basically just like, oh, Jameson's gonna love this, because Mysterio's battered and beaten face is gonna be probably the front page of the Bugle tomorrow. But Spider-Man's basically just like, he saw something that reminded him of the night Uncle Ben died, and he's like, well, I'm glad that at least that was in that whole illusion thing, because Uncle Ben, kind of sort of talks him down. So, not that we see it. And again, it's weird. Spider-Man mentions his uncle, but he never says the word Ben. So I'm like, what is this? The MCU? We're not allowed to mention Uncle Ben? So, but no, good. Once again, good stories. I always look forward to this book, and I'm gonna be sad to see it go. I think next issue. But again, yeah, those books are always good because it's like there's always like 3 stories in them. So it's again, if there's one that's not your cup of tea, you're gonna find at least one or hopefully 2, if not all 3 stories you're gonna enjoy if you're a Spider-Man fan. So, and again, they've been great writers. I mean, top notch. Even the people I'm not familiar with have been writing great stories, but the ones I am familiar with, yeah. I mean, they had J.M.D. Mateus, they had Erica Schultz, Al Ewing. So yeah, they're bringing their A games here. All right. And I know what you're waiting for, and I wish Lilith was here with me to review this, but that's right, kids. The penultimate issue of Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man run, Amazing Spider-Man 59, or Legacy 953. I can say that because Lilith's not here. All right, so yes, I think this is the one where they're like, oh, it's the most craziest fight in the most bloody, brutal fight in comics history. And again, I mean, it gets bloody because Tombstone and Spider-Man are basically beating the living stuffing out of each other. And I mean, Tombstone's bleeding, which again, I thought he was like indestructible. I thought he was indestructible, but again, unless things have changed for him, again, Tombstone superfan Ray, if you hear this, can you let me know? Is there some reason why Tombstone's not invulnerable anymore? Because if there is, I didn't read it. I don't remember it. So, but yeah, I thought he was invincible since the 90s because when he took some experimental gas in the face or something. But yeah, superfan Ray, let me know if Tombstone's status has changed there.
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
All right, so yeah, they're battling because Spider-Man's trying to keep Tombstone from killing his daughter, like we talked about last time, because she's about to turn state's evidence against him. She gets away on the subway. I mean, yeah, most of this issue is pretty much just a big fight scene between Spider-Man and Tombstone. I mean, fighting in the street, fighting down in the subway, just super strength punches and light pole getting smashed by light poles in the back and stuff, and then at one point Spider-Man like tosses Tombstone into the side of a moving subway train, and then another point Tombstone's on the tracks, which he was about to get run over, but Spider-Man saves him, and Tombstone's like, that was dumb, and why'd you save me? He's like, you should have walked away, and you already saved Janice. You didn't need to save me. And he says, I wasn't just trying to save her, Lonnie. You were going to kill your daughter. So basically, Spider-Man said, I was trying to save you too from having to live the rest of your life knowing you killed your own daughter, dick. So, but yeah, Spider-Man basically passes out Tombstone. Looks like he passes out, or a bunch about to pass out. Which is where the story ends, because again, it says to be concluded, and it's gonna be concluded, kids, because that's right. Next issue, probably 2 weeks, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. And again, it's gonna be the focal point, one of the focal points of our big episode 300, 2 episodes from now. Because yes, Lilith, Hellfire, and I are throwing a party for the end of the Zeb Wells run. The end of Zeb Wells is I don't know, terrorizing of the Spider-Man comic community. That's right, kids. Yes, episode 300, the big So Long Zeb Wells party, when Amazing Spider-Man 60 comes out. So, and again, stay tuned. Everyone, send us your thoughts on his controversial run. Hopefully next issue Paul will get hit by a bus, but and again, it seems like there's a ton of ads in the end of this thing, but I don't know if they were saving all the ads for the end so they didn't have to interrupt the most bloody battle in history, which again, it's like, yeah, they were beating on each other and getting all bloody, but I'm just like, really? The most brutal fight? Again, it seems like ever since the Dan Slott era, they've really exaggerated some of it's like, oh, this could be the biggest Spider-Man story of all time. And it's just like, even if it's a good story, it's just like, I don't know about the biggest, but and again, we have had so many Carnage and Wolverine and Punisher stories, and you're telling me, yeah, this is the most brutal? I don't think so. and again, especially because it's only rated T. It's rated T, kids. It's not like it's rated MA or anything. So yeah, the blood's not like out of control. So yeah, again, I gave the big thumbs up, but I'd say in order, from my most favorite to least favorite this week. Again, starting with my most favorite, Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood, Venom 38, Venom War Wolverine, and then Amazing Spider-Man number 59. Which again, it wasn't bad, but again, Zeb didn't have much to mess up because it was basically just the one big fight scene. So yeah, if you're looking for action, this is your So yeah, not a lot of standing around talking. I mean, again, Spider-Man and Tombstone talk a little while they're fighting, but yeah, this is all, the whole issue is basically one big punch them up. So all right, those were your books for this week. Again, I know, hopefully I didn't bore you too much just talking to myself, but yeah, Lilith and I did not want to let you guys go without getting your new we're going to give you on time comic reviews, so there you go. And so yeah, like I said, next, in 2 episodes we're going to cover give you episode 300 in the Zeb Wells. But next time, Lilith and I are going to talk Venom separation anxiety, and you're like, wait, what? Separation? Didn't you just do that this episode in the beginning? No. There was another Venom separation anxiety in this very year. It just ended not too long ago. So yes. So once again, just like with Lethal Protector and the Silver Sable stuff, we're going to compare and contrast the 90s separation anxiety and this year's Venom separation anxiety. And yes, whatever books we get next week, we'll cover those too, the new books. And like I said, hopefully, I mean, Lilith should be back again. Last storm, Lilith only was out. I mean, her power did go out, but she has a generator. But yes, her internet was out for a few days. So yes, because trust me, Lilith would podcast in the middle of a hurricane, as long as she had internet, because she liked that. And again, all of us here love podcasting. I can't say I wouldn't be podcasting from the middle of danger. All right, so, but yes, so again, read up, send us your thoughts on this year's Venom separation anxiety, or on next week's new issues. And again, you can send us your thoughts on this week's new issues, because again, I'll probably backtrack next week and be like, Lilith, what did you think last week of Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood number 3? So yeah, so if you can send in your thoughts for the books this week, that way we can get Lilith's opinion, your opinion, and it's all good. All right, and of course, and even if you don't want to do that, we definitely want your thoughts on the Zeb Wells run, especially the last issue. How did he stick the landing? Which I think we have an idea how he's going to stick the landing. So yeah, send us your whole thoughts on the whole Zeb Wells run, on the final issue, and again, the bright shining light at the end of the tunnel. 8 Deaths of Spider-Man by Joe Kelly coming here in issue 61. What do you want? What do you want it to give us? Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of magic. So, and of course, we're also everyone's favorite college dropout, Victor Von Doom. All right, but yeah, send us your thoughts on any of it, the old stuff, the new stuff, the upcoming stuff, but especially for our big celebratory 300th episode covering the whole Zeb Wells debacle. Send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, you get your new Capes Lunatics merch. Wearing some right here. The classic Capes Lunatics merch, which you see Lilith wearing sometimes. Also, again, that dangerous that dangerous killer in the shadows. No, not Venom. Yes, Lilith Hellfire demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Just be nice and send us money. Because of course we don't want to be metaphorically dancing on that pole, especially in the Marvel universe. Because again, you're going to be either get eaten or taken over by a symbiote, or kidnapped by a one of Spider-Man's rogues, or worst of all, I mean, if nothing else, you may get written into a Zeb Wells issue. All right, so yes, don't please send us money through the Cash App, so we don't have to dance on that pole.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
And of course, the Patreon, where again, Lilith and I give you something exclusive every month, completely uncensored. It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be comics. It could be anything in pop culture. Basically, whatever we want. I mean, we talked our road trip to HersheyCon this summer. We've talked all kinds of stuff, movies. Heck, I think one we just like scrolled the news and like gave you an update, our thoughts on current events and stuff. That was probably the beginning of the year, but yeah. And again, if you are a patron, doesn't matter what tier patron you are, you can send us suggestions and we'll put them on the list for topics to talk about. Because again, we don't want to rack. I mean, we rack our brains enough coming up with topics for the regular shows. We don't want to rack our brains for Patreon too. So, yes, anything you want to hear, and again, especially send us your thoughts. The man will tell you stories from her past. And again, a lot of them I probably haven't heard. So yes, you'll be entertaining me as well. So yes, send in your requests. We'll put them on the list because again, our good friend Justin the Owl has sent in a few suggestions already. So yes, subscribe to the Patreon, send us your requests, find the Patreon. Again, every little bit helps. Patreon.com/CapesandLunatics, and you can find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
And again, my thoughts, hopefully your thoughts go out to Lilith. Hopefully everything will be fine down there. Hope everyone in Florida. Hope you guys are safe. Hopefully, little to no loss of life. Hope I think it's too much hope for. Hopefully, no one loses their homes. Hopefully, there's just a little bit of damage. Like I said, Lilith lost her power and her internet last time, so hopefully that's the extent of it. But yeah, everyone stay safe, and can't wait to talk to you again soon. My sweet little innocent Lilith Hellfire.
Power of the penis.
Sweet and innocent.
Let me get a ride on your alligator back, bro.
So how's she gonna ride out this storm?
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushroom.
Exactly. So all right.
Superior puss.
See, it seems like she's here. She's here in spirit.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
My sweet innocent little Lilith Hellfire. All right. Man, I was looking. She has too many drops. I was looking for her by Felicia because, again, Spider Cast. Again, it's the Felicia thing. Oh, here we go. All right, kids. So yes. So.
Bye, Felicia.
There we go. Now we can end it. That's not it. All right, everyone. So. Thank you for joining me and Lilith at the beginning of the episode. Again, next time, episode 299, Venom Separation Anxiety from this very year, 2024. And then episode 300, the big Zeb Wells going away party. We're going to party and he's going to go away. Send us your thoughts, please. But until then, swing on back. Thwip, thwip, thwippity good.